Alright guys, this is a short video on the Excel moon sheet, as we call it, and I want to show you how to operate it and what I look for pivot points in the market and direction. Up here in the cell A1, when you click on it, you'll get this pull down tab. You click on it and you can pull it down to any date for 2021. In the 2020 sheet, it will be January 1st till the end of 2020. So you can have 2 years, 2 different years there. You'll have a bunch of different charts. When you pull this up, watch this block right here. I'll change it to the second. This will change to the second, and I'll get a little bit different chart. I'll move it back now just to the first. And the chart changes back. This chart here is kind of a zoomed in version of the first chart. This is chart number 2. This it goes from midnight till 1 o'clock in the afternoon. The third chart is another zoomed in version of the top chart. This one goes from about 10 a.m. right here till midnight. So it's the same chart as chart 1. This chart here, this is a really zoomed in 2-hour version of the first 3 charts, and you can select right here. You can pull down any minute you want, set it to 9:30 here at 8:30. The chart will switch and it will give you this pattern to follow. Okay, the 5th chart is this is the intra-week moon and planet chart. If you go here, you click on here, select any date you want, any start of the week. This starts on Sunday of each week, and this will change. And what I look for here, I'll just go ahead and review this a little bit right here. I go ahead and look at this point. These are in hour increments. This is at 7 a.m. on Sunday. We're going to go to 3 a.m. on Monday, and then I look for this point right here. If I'm playing long swings intra-week, this is what I'm looking for. From a low to a high, from a high to this low, from this low up to this high, and then maybe a quick reversal back down here over about, looks about like 12 or 14 hours. Okay, but this is a 1-hour chart set up on 1-hour increments. The green line is the planets, and there's times in the market when it just starts following this green line over and over. The blue line is the moon line, and this is its energy over a whole week's time. The final chart down here, this is the monthly chart. Up in cell A1 where you have 1/1/2021, so it's January 1st. If you switch it to February, this will switch to February for the whole month of February. So this is the whole month of January, starting right here at 1/1, 1/5, 1/17, and it's got its time frame. So if you want to see what time this is at 6 a.m. on 1/1. Take that back, 1/2. And if you look at this point here, this is at 1/5, the 5th of January at 1600. And then if you look at this here, where both the planet and the moon are down here, you should definitely look for a low down in here on 1/7 at 11 a.m. Here's an extreme low on 1/23, and an extreme low here on the moon at 1/24 at 1900. So this is very possible low area. Haven't really looked back at the chart on this one since starting this video. Here's a very high point on the moon. Here's another high point on the moon. And that's how I read this. I'm going to go back to the top chart now. On the top chart, not only do you have the blue line, which is the moon, and the green line, which is the planets, you also have this like a black line, dark gray black line. And this is, as you see on the screen, it says Ceres Ascendant Midheaven Point. And it gives the time there, 26 after midnight. This is all in time on 0 to 24, no AM or PM. And it's got its value there listed at 1675. So what I look for here is I look for these peaks here, and I look for these big peaks here, and then you have a huge reversal from 2:07 in the morning up to 3:13 in the morning. So you got a little bit over an hour. It looks like the energy really shifts. This is the ascendant midheavens energy. Sometimes you can just follow these points here to here, here to here, here to here, here to here, like back and forth like this. And it follows these energy patterns sometimes as much as it does this moon pattern, where the moon pattern's going up, the moon pattern's coming down. Now, what I look for in the moon is when I see a peak like this, I'm looking for its highest point here with the black line, and which is at 5:18 in the morning, or I look for this next point, which is a little bit higher at 5:42. Now, once this point hits, or even this point, this isn't near as strong as these 2 points here, because the moon is at its peak, and ascendant midheaven is also peaking. So when it falls down here to this area, this is this moon's low. You also have a low in the midheaven and ascendant. So here is another good point to be trying to trade off of, 10:26 in the morning here on the 1st, which obviously we didn't have any trading that day. And then watch it as it goes all the way up to here. Look at this point and this point as potential high points, and the market coming down off of that. Okay. Like I said, this is just a zoomed in version of what we just watched up here. No different. Same chart, just a smaller footprint to look at. Same thing with here. And then if you find a detailed spot, say you like, you're looking here at 10:26 in the morning, you can come here to this 2-hour chart and pull this up at, say, 10 o'clock. And then this will show you a very detailed version of that 2 hours. This is that same point up there that had the big spike down, 10:26 in the morning. And then you can watch this area if you're scalping, or you're just trying to get a good entry from, say, here to here, a good hour-and-a-half trade. Then this is where I want to be looking at real close. If this one fails, then I would look right here to right here, and this is going to be the next trade. But most likely you're going to see a low down in here and some highs up in this area. So this is how I use this chart. Okay, and like I said, I explained this weekly chart a little bit. I'm watching this high, this low, this high, this low, this high, and then this low. And if you follow enough of these and look back through them, you can see the pattern. This is for 1st of January. And you can also look at the whole month itself. This is the whole month of January here. And watch these green lines here. The green's a little bit more effective when you're watching this big of a pattern a whole month at a time. Watch from here to here, down to here, up to here, down to here, back and forth like this. Like I say, this is over 1 month time. If you're looking for a big swing, a potential big swing over a few weeks, you watch this point, you watch this point, you watch this point. And that's the instructions for this sheet here.